I recently had my parenting criticized by someone who objectively was not a good parent. And I wanted to fight, but let me tell you what happened instead. Here's the thing. I knew, all of me knows logically, that the feedback that I was getting from this person did not matter, did not compute, because this is not someone I would ever take parenting advice from. But I'll be honest, for a second, it had me in my feelings very deeply because it pulled on these already existing feelings of self-doubt, worry, anxiety about, am I doing enough as a mom? Am I enough? Am I doing the right things? Am I a good mom? And if you've ever been criticized as a parent by someone, you know how those things can bring up those feelings of doubt for you. It leads you to criticize yourself when you're probably already your own worst critic, or it brings up these feelings of self-doubt that are so hard to fight, even though I know that you have been fighting those feelings of self-doubt ever since you became a parent. Moments like that are extremely triggering, aggravating, frustrating, infuriating. I know that firsthand. So here's the thing that I had to accept about that moment and that allowed me to move forward. This moment that I had with this person that I still just, it's not about that moment. And it's more about, well, how am I feeling about myself? How do I feel that I show up as a mother and as a parent? Am I okay with me? And when I really started to ask myself those questions, I'm okay. And that very aggravating, frustrating moment that happened with that person started to matter less and less and less and less for me. And then I got to decide, okay, are you okay with you? I'm okay with me. What we gonna do about that? Block and delete. Block. And after sitting with it, being days and weeks removed from it, I've realized something important, and it is that not everyone deserves my consideration in that way. People don't deserve access to how well I trust myself, or how well I know myself as a mother, how I show up. That is for me to understand. Me, my children, my spouse, that's it. And so making the decision to think about, well, how am I going to protect myself from people who don't support me or who don't see me in the way that I see myself, is something that I am continuing to work on. And this is also something I work with clients a lot in therapy around, because many of us have people in our lives who we desperately want to support us and see us for who we are, but for whatever reason they don't. A lot of times that has a lot more to do with their own traumas, their own unmet needs, their own emotional wounds that have never been addressed, but that is not your problem. And so in therapy, we work on identifying when that's happening, identifying those people that will trigger those feelings, and then what it is that you do about it so that you continue to feel whole, happy, healthy, supported, and grounded in the very important work that you do every single day as a parent. Parenting already comes with enough self-doubt, worries, self-criticism, so don't let anybody else critique you about you. Don't do it. Don't allow it. It doesn't have to happen. You don't have to let anyone else's criticisms define how you see yourself. You get to define that for you. Self-trust is built when we decide to stop letting the wrong voices dictate who we are. And so I hope that this helped you to decide today who you are, and then decide how to cut those other voices out, because they don't deserve to be here.